Hello, beautiful. Welcome to or back to my channel. Today, I want to show you what I did in my kitchen on Sunday. I had to taste such a craving for jollof rice and fried fish and potato salad and string beans, so I made just that. I have been watching my Ghanaian and Nigerian sisters making this jollof rice, and I have really been perfecting it at home. I started by browning off some onions in some oil and then adding that tomato paste. Also, at the same time, I was boiling down 2 potatoes and added some eggs to that. Once the tomato paste got kind of crumbly, and the onions were sort of brown, then I added in a tablespoon of curry powder, a tablespoon of thyme, and then a sprinkling of rosemary. In that blender, what you saw was 2 red bell peppers, 1 large tomato, about 6 or 7 cloves of garlic, a thumb size of ginger, and I blended it all together. Once that mixture was blended until smooth, I added it to that pot and just stirred it around and let that kind of fry in with that oil also. I added a few bay leaves, well, more than a few, and some chicken seasoning and stirred that around too. I let that cook a little bit longer while I rinsed the rice until it was clear. Once the rice was rinsed and clear, I added that to the pot, stirred it around, and let it kind of soak in some of that oil that was left in the pan also. Here is the magic ingredient: liquid smoke. Every time I've had jollof rice, it has had a smoky taste to it, whether the person made it on the grill. I've not had the experience of having jollof rice authentically in West Africa, but oh, how I dream too. I then covered it with water, added some parchment paper, and be very careful with that because mine sure enough caught on fire. I should have filmed it. It was a mess in there. And that's to catch the water. Covered it with a lid and let that go for about 20 minutes. Got back to my potato salad. In the middle of making my potato salad, I said, oh, let me put some string beans on. String beans, green beans, whatever you want to call them. I did not have any smoked turkey necks or anything like that, so I just put some butter, some bacon, and some onions in the pan. And in doing so, that along with about 3 or 4 cups of frozen green beans, because frozen I find to be a lot more, they taste a lot more like fresh green beans than the canned ones do. I love eating canned green beans, but they don't taste the same as fresh. Now back to the potato salad. You know, I got my 2 eggs, my 2 baked potatoes. I added in some celery, some onions, some dill relish. Dill. I didn't have enough mayonnaise, y'all, so I ended up having to grab some sour cream, and boom, that is my new thing now. Sour cream is not nearly as fattening as mayonnaise. It's a little bit better for you. Getting back to that jollof rice, once it cooked for about 20 minutes with the lid on, I fluffed it up a bit because this is what I learned. And then I added some sliced red onions on the top, that along with a few knobs of butter. And then I put the lid back on it and got back to the potato salad. Sprinkled it with some Lawry's 25% less sodium. I really love that one because Lawry's to me can be super salty, but I love the taste of it. So with that and some white pepper, blended it, popped it in the fridge. Did not have any, I didn't have any, cornmeal. Excuse me. So I had to use a box of Jiffy mix. Added a cup of that to a cup of, look at that rice, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Y'all, back to that fish. So I added the Jiffy mix to a cup of flour. I used self-rising flour, but you can use whatever kind of flour you have. I added in about a half a tablespoon of Old Bay and a full tablespoon of the seasoned salt into the dry mix, and then I sprinkled some onto the fish, both sides as well. Dip them into that flour and jiffy mixture. Heated the pan. That pan has to be screaming hot. The oil has to be very hot so that your fish can be crispy and it can get brown, golden brown, and delicious. You don't want to overcook your fish. You want it to be flaky and beautiful, and that is how this fish turned out. Just absolutely amazing. Let me show y'all what the perfect plate looks like. Well, the perfect plate during Lent season. Come on. Thanks for watching.